Want to take any chances that time. You can see the surface has picked up a little bit of snow, and it's probably got a little better traction than it looks on camera right there, but it's still getting a little more glazed and slick as we move on.
Well, this field reacts well to rain. Snow, you're going to get a little bit of a glazed look on there, and right now it's a little slippery out there. We'll see on the cuts, particularly at the outside, how slippery it is here in this upcoming offensive series.
McDevitt will start with a no-huddle look. Tommy Mealy has got Drew Painter in front of him. Jordan Scott back, looks, throws, has a man. It's Rakai Nelson to the 21-yard line, a gain of 7. Safe route, great catch, Rakai Nelson.
Bill Ream right on his back, and you want to talk about maturity? Nelson senses Ream right behind him, gets down low and takes the ball, and beautiful throw that time by Jordan Scott. And the only place that it probably could have been caught is Bill Ream with good coverage. You'll see it here again from the backside. Ream all over it, right on top of Nelson, but the ball there early enough. Nelson pulls it in.
Jordan Scott at 5'9". One of the reasons why he's effective despite the height disadvantage is that he can move around in the pocket and give himself a better look downfield. Handoff Mealy. Mealy slams forward for a first down as Bishop McDevitt, nothing fancy there. Running behind big Khalil Nash, the 6'4", 250-pound tight end, at a first down.
Tommy Mealy continues to pound the yardage out here, especially in the second half, and watch the offensive line here. Give the big hole to Mealy, push that defensive line rather of Burrell out of the way, and Mealy with another big positive pickup.
More importantly for McDevitt, the clock continues a meltdown here in the third quarter as you see Mealy getting the first down with a gain of 5. 5:35 left, third quarter. McDevitt leading 14-0 at the Burrell 26-yard line. Jordan Scott, nobody behind him. Quick look, has a man. Nelson first down to the 39. And if it weren't for a great play in front by Bill Ream, Nelson would have really been flying.
Well, Bill Ream knows he's got the tough assignment this afternoon as he's out there trying to guard Nelson the whole way. Nelson, who was pretty quiet in the first half, all of a sudden in the last 2 out of 3 plays has opened things up. And you'll see here, Nelson picks it up, and Ream right on top of him again. But when the ball's thrown as well as that, and you have a set of hands ready to catch it the way Nelson has, nothing but good is going to happen for Bishop McDevitt.
3 wide receivers are off to your screen now. Jordan Scott, look, quarterback draw all the way to the 44-yard line. That only picked up a couple of yards.
Who else?
Staying home that time, Joe Kurtik again.
Who else but Joe Kurtik? He's been there all afternoon on the interior of that Burrell line, and you'll see here again, he tracks down what could have been a big play, the quarterback draw, as Jordan Scott heads forward, and Kurtik hangs on for dear life and finally yanks him down.
Guy we haven't mentioned a lot who's played well today is Joe True, the center for Bishop McDevitt. No bad exchanges, certainly key in weather like this. In motion goes Rakai Nelson. The lone setback is Mealy. Mealy gets the pitch. Now cuts it back, slams forward midfield. Second effort, first down, Bishop McDevitt. Excellent run by Tommy Mealy. Yards after he was initially hit. McDevitt moves the chains. The clock continues to move. This is a tough run.
Well, if you want to know where Tommy Mealy is on this highlight film, just watch where the crowd moves, and you'll see Tommy Mealy. He gets inside the crowd here, and then the crowd just kind of moves along as Mealy says, I want that first down badly, and I believe he's going to pick it up.
They're going to bring the chains out. It's right at midfield. That's where he had to get to. He got 6 yards.
Watch the carry here. The ball had to touch the next line. Now watch how the crowd just moves along, and the ball touched the next line, and Tommy Mealy says, first down. 15 carries, 74 yards in the game now for Tommy Mealy, who really gets double duty with a Johnny Walton going out with that arm injury.
See a little bit more of Jacoby Pittman, probably Dave McKenzie at a wide receiver spot. His brother Todd Mealy has played outstanding football at the cornerback spot. Now we got 4 minutes left, third quarter. 1st and 10, McDevitt right at midfield. Scott delayed handoff goes to Mealy. This time he gets maybe 2 or 3 yards. Hit from behind by Matt Paga that time for Burrell. Paga plays tight end on offense. That time an excellent surge on the defensive end side.
And here you go again. You see him coming up the near side as Mealy just getting yeoman duty in this series. But, you know, you talked about the weapons. It's like going to a fine restaurant and checking out what you want in the menu. Okay, Johnny Walton's out, and that's not good. But they went to the passing game this series and mixed up the pass with Mealy a little bit more and also Rakai Nelson.
They've got single coverage now with Gene DeCastro off your screen to the bottom with Rakai Nelson. They might look that way. Hitch and go. Nelson's got it all the way. 25, Nelson 20, Nelson 10, cut back to the 5, touchdown, Bishop McDevitt. They got the coverage they were looking for, and they made them pay. 48 yards and a touchdown.
Well, you said it right away, the single coverage, and that's exactly what Jordan Scott sees as he throws it to the outside to the Jerry Rice of high school football, Rakai Nelson, and he does the rest. Watch this move at the end. He just loses his man Hornick and dances his way into the end zone, and Bishop McDevitt is on the board one more time here at the 3:19 mark of the third. Watch again, Jordan Scott, perfect lead. Rakai Nelson, a great set of hands out there, and you'll see him stare it in the whole way, and then dodging Hornick at the end and going in for the TD.
Well, it was Hornick not being on him. Now they fumble it. Scott's going to pick it up. Scott's going to run it in himself for two. A busted play, and they get the deuce anyway. 22-0, Bishop McDevitt. You know, are they living life well right now in the AA championship game with 3:19 left, third quarter? McDevitt takes a gigantic step towards gold medal time.
Well, you talk about that ball being kind of oblong and weird. That's exactly what the special team offensive game of Bishop McDevitt is, oblong and weird, because they've not been able to convert a kick yet this afternoon. But watch what happens. When it's going your way, it's going your way. Jordan Scott picks it up and says, hey, I like this play a lot better, and we get an extra point, and takes it into the near corner of the end zone for two. Jordan Scott in, and the 2 points good. 7 plays, 84 yards, and the 2-point conversion by Mr. Scott himself.
Here's the single coverage. They changed off. They did not have Hornack on. Nicastro was there, and McDevitt saw it coming.
And you talk about the mark of a mature team, able to pick that up right away. That's a great coaching staff, too. You got to give credit to Fort Chapman and his staff over there. They saw it right away. They knew exactly what they wanted, and they just used the great speed, the power, and the passing ability of Scott to Nelson for another victory throw.
There's a brick kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. That'll mean Burrell will have it at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. That's a high school and collegiate rule. I think the NFL has it now. Anything that's kicked out of bounds, you can take the option of having it again or take it 1st and 10 at the 35. Well, Fort Chapman mentioned his assistant coaches are excellent picking up certain things from the press box or from an up-top view. That time they got it done. They saw single coverage on Rakai Nelson, and I'm sorry, you can't keep that fire out all night or all day long, and they couldn't here today.
Like I said, when you have a menu to choose from that they have, just kind of go to Nelson when everybody's forgotten about him, say, hey, by the way, we still have this guy around, and there he was. Big TD play for Rakai Nelson.
Bishop McDevitt, 22, Burrell nothing. McDevitt looking to be the first team since Cumberland Valley to get one from the District 3 area. Big carry that time, John Horwath. First time he's been loose across the 40 to the 42, a gain of 7.
Hey, I'm impressed with the spirit of this Burrell team, though. They're not giving up. They're still coming at you the whole afternoon. They didn't get here by giving up. They didn't get here by not winning overtime games and winning close games. They're a team that has lived on the edge all year, and you'll see this fight continue as we still have 2:54 to go in the third quarter. Watch the nice pitch out here, and then coming near side, John Horwath, a kid that gained 1,300 yards this season, has not had a great game today, but we still have a little time to go yet.
Good kickout block by the tight end Peg. A lone setback is Horwath behind Tom Rizak, the quarterback. And off goes Horwath, trying to get to the outside. 45, he has 5, make it 10 to the McDevitt 48-yard line. And a first down for the Buccaneers of Burrell, trailing 22-0 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
You got to give a little credit to Tom Rizak coming off the bench here, too, who has pitched right, pitched left. He hasn't made any mistakes this afternoon. He's not thrown any interceptions, has no fumbles so far. And you see the nice pitch back here to Horwath, who comes around the near side.
I believe he's hurt after this particular tackle.
Well, there's already one Horwath out of the game. Great schedule that I don't think Burrell probably has the advantage of playing during the course of the season. Again, a little bit because of geography.
Well, another thing, too, and nothing's a perfect world, but a lot of people are confused by the playoff point systems. The Cumberland Valley situation comes to mind, where Norristown did not bring to their attention about a player until late, and Cumberland Valley had to sit out an eligible player, rather, and a loss to Easton, and thereby Cumberland Valley was edged out by Cedar Crest out of the Lebanon area for the final playoff position out of District 3, and CV may have been playing their best football.
So far, 25 yards rushing, 59 yards passing compared to 140 yards rushing for McDevitt, 121 yards passing. That's 161 to 84 as McDevitt on defense. Burrell comes back out on offense now.
We find out the medical personnel do not believe the injury to be serious. Pitch back, and it goes to DeVore. DeVore is running for his life. He's going to be hit by Painter, and then finally wrapped up at the 49-yard line by Chance Carter. Everybody was involved in that particular stop for the Bishop McDevitt defense. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Second down and 13 now. Make it 3rd and 13.
Want to talk about a tough piece of running? Watch Jeff DeVore. One tackle. Watch this again. Now he's shed a second one. Make it 3 coming up right here as Jeff DeVore just refused to go down, and finally 4 and 5 get him.
Make it 2nd and 13. They had to dial it down wrong on the sideline. That's usually what I go by, not the board. 1:40 left, 3rd quarter. Rizak handoff to DeVore. He's got a nice hole across the 45 and whams his way to the 42-yard line. Gain on the play of 8. Be short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 4 upcoming. Excellent hole by the offensive line for Burrell here.
Well, here's a great look for you from our camera crew again. Looking at it from the defensive side of Bishop McDevitt is DeVore just blazing through the hole. DeVore, a 5'11", 180-pound senior.
Down to 1:05 in the 3rd quarter. 3 wide receiver set now. Gene Nicastro, he's the most dangerous of the wideouts. Still in the ball game for Burrell. Tom Rizak, a sophomore, coming in a replacement role. DeVore runs right into Todd Mealy. Also on the bottom of the stack again is a guy who's played a whale of a game, Mike Eisman. Only a sophomore, 6 foot, 180 pounds. And number 13 in white has come to play today.
Well, it seems like 13 and 1 have converged a couple of times this afternoon. As you see Mealy's familiar number 1, Eisman on the bottom with 13, and jumping in to help finish it off. Big Dan Painter, he's been there all afternoon as well with his 6'5", 240-pound frame.
Painter is a senior. He's got a brother, Drew Painter, is a senior as well. Both have been outstanding all year long. It is 4th and 4 for Burrell. The ball at the McDevitt 42-yard line. Rizak is back. Blitz is coming. Rizak runs out of trouble once. Drew Painter's got him, and he's hit and dropped, and McDevitt will get it back on downs. Making the final play, Kenny Burrell, 5'9", 180-pound senior, and the pursuit was explosive that time by the McDevitt defense.
Well, first of all, they got the hands up in front, as you'll see right here, forcing him to try to run back into the pocket. As Rizak gets up, you'll see the hands go up, and now he has to duck away and run for his life. He ducks 1, he ducks 2, but he's finally sold on the 3rd tackle.
And that's how the 3rd quarter is going to come to an end. Rizak, a sophomore, Gary, has really played well. And there you see the McDevitt defense just really doing well. Drew Painter there, and there's Burrell finally finishing it off. Timeout on the field. 12 minutes separate Bishop McDevitt from a state championship in Class AA. Back to Mansion Park in Altoona after this timeout.
This special presentation of the PIAA Football Championships is made possible on WITF by contributing members and by Hershey Park, presenting the Wildcat, the new wooden roller coaster for '96. PNC Bank, serving 13 counties in central Pennsylvania. PNC Bank is your kind of bank, a quality bank for a lifetime. RMA Construction Company, providing quality commercial construction and proud to support PIAA football in central Pennsylvania. Shadler Brothers Incorporated, specializing in lighting, electrical supplies, industrial automation, and premise networking, serving central Pennsylvania for over 70 years. Alex R. Zales Incorporated, committed to quality restoration of fire and water damaged commercial and residential properties. And Warner Chrysler Plymouth, proud to support the Lower Dauphin Falcons in the PIAA Football Championships.
Score is 22-0. Burrell's trying to do what they can, but they're just not coming through this afternoon. Donna Appadoni and Tom Keck watching the game with you. And, well, you know, we do have our McDevitt shirts on, but that's primarily because we have some great merchandise for you, including these items. If you would like to support WITF and be a part of the Booster Club for McDevitt at the same time, we have the shirts, the hats, the merchandise here for you. Just make a contribution to 233-9000.
And we're accused of being homers today because of Bishop McDevitt. Well, if you're from the Burrell area, we are also pleased to bring the game to you as well. This game is important because it's brought to you by Central Pennsylvania's public television station. Public TV is a place where you can find great community programming, and right now it's time to get back to Jed Donahue in Altoona.
Back to Mansion Park, Jed Donahue along with Gary Sutton, 22-0. Bishop McDevitt 12 minutes away from a state championship in AA. They will start at their own 45-yard line. Nelson in motion. The sun has peeked through. Double handoff. Nope, going to keep it himself this time. We're looking at Tommy Mealy, and he's got it all the way to the 49-yard line. Well, that usually see that in a wing tee, but again, Bill Ream stayed at home and snuffed it out.
Tommy Mealy doing a nice job of getting the ball, just sweeping around the near side. Good blocking again by that big offensive line we've talked about so much up front. 258 pounds on the average, and you can see what happens when you get around the corner with Tommy Mealy. He takes off on you. Second down coming up here for Bishop McDevitt.
As they go to a no-huddle offense, they run this an awful lot. They're very comfortable in this scheme. Scott throws down the middle, has a man, and dropped by Rohasek. Are they saying he caught it? Yes, they are. They're going to rule out a fumble at the 14-yard line. I guess he did take a stride or two with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rohasek did a great job catching the football. A beautiful pitch again from Jordan Scott. Watch this. This ball is thrown on a rope. Rohasek has it right down the field, and you could probably excuse him because watch this hit. Whack. He gets taken out right there by Gene Nicastro again, who has been stupendous in the secondary this afternoon, and the fumble caused, and Burrell has the football. Here again, looking at
the official, because he did take a step with it. From up here, naked eye, didn't look like it, but yeah, he was off. That's a good call all the way around. Burrell gets it on the turnover. Hasek throws, and I'll tell you what, it's a good thing he threw it low, because stepping in front maybe was Jacoby Pittman, and had he done so, he was gone.
We look at the young quarterback right now, Tom Rezick, who's been forced into the situation he is because of Kevin Horwat's injury. And Rezick trying to do his best right now, but I'll tell you what, is really getting some heat by a much bigger Bishop McDevitt line than he probably has seen all season. And not just bigger, Jed, quicker to go along with that.
Well, they have just filled the holes, and then they're blitzing the linebackers and everything else. I mean, the linebackers for Bishop McDevitt are almost as big as the offensive linemen for Burrell, and it's really proven out to be the big factor in the game thus far.
Bishop McDevitt coming out of a 4-3 look all afternoon.
Handoff goes to Jeff DeVore, and he is stacked up. Corey Deibler, Steve Spoljarek is there, Don Pater.
Probably be easier to name the guys that weren't there because they've been going to the ball like sharks to a feeding frenzy, and you'll see them right here as 5, 6 different guys in on that tackle. Not a place for the uncourageous to go.
Right now it's 3rd and 8 for Burrell. We have 10:20 to go in the ball game. We are in the 4th quarter. McDevitt celebrating. They should. They're up 22-0. Cheerleader, sweatpants, jacket, anything you can get your hands on to wear in this kind of weather. 10:05 left. Rezick, the sophomore, handoff to DeVore. He's run well in the second half. Gets it up to the 20-yard line, well short of a first down. Well, who else? Todd Mealy again, brother of Tommy. He's been all over on the defensive side today. Number 1 in white for the Crusaders.
Watch Todd Mealy just take a helmet in the chest here as he jumps in front of the man. It's kind of like putting the red flag in front of the bull here. As you have DeVore coming, and Mealy just says, I'll take you on right here, and takes him on high and brings him down.
Rakai Nelson's going to drop deep back towards midfield. This could get interesting. He has got such electrifying speed. I mean, he's kind of like the home run hitter. You always want to stay extra long, maybe to see him bat one more time. This one's kicked away from him, and it'll go all the way down to about the 45-yard line.
It finally rolls out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Good punt in that situation, as Bishop McDevitt still will have good field position, but nothing like what they might have had Rakai Nelson or Jordan Scott gotten their hands on the football.
Good punt by Rezick, who's played well really in a reserve role, sophomore. Didn't have much of a chance to, I guess, work with the first team all week because of the injury to Kevin Horwat earlier, who left with the ankle and knee.
35-yard punt that time by Rezick as Bishop McDevitt gets the ball back.
McDevitt will send doubles to the top of your screen. Back goes Scott again. He's rolling, looking, throws, has a man out there. It's going to be Rohasek, and it's overthrown.
Trying to kind of redeem Rohasek from that, or Rohasek rather, from that last fumble that he had on a beautiful catch downfield. But this time being overthrown a little bit by Jordan Scott. Jordan Scott, by the way, his season doesn't end as far as athletics. As soon as he gets done with this, he's got to head back to the basketball court for Jimmy Rao and his Crusaders. He's the point guard on the basketball team. He's been doing that since he's been a sophomore. Ryan
Rohasek as a junior. He had fumbled on that last possession. Right now, 2nd and 10 for McDevitt at the 45. Scott back again, looking. Now he's flushed under the gun. Steps out of trouble there. Now throws. Has a man. It's going to be, I believe, Brian Manny for the first down to the Burrell 43-yard line.
You watch a guy like Jordan Scott, and one of the things you can say about him is just the very simple word poise. Here he is. He looks. He dances. He looks again. He jutes. Now he dances away. Puts in, steps out. And now he finds his man Manning on the outside, gives him a little pass, and just like that, another Bishop McDevitt first down.
Down to 8:50 to go. McDevitt thundering toward a state championship in AA. They have been most impressive today. Now they got a 3 wide receiver set off your screen to the bottom. We'll see if they put it up again. They do. Scott back on quarterback draw. Going to keep it himself. Spins out of trouble. 40. Scott's got 5 to the 35 to the 33-yard line. Close to another first down.
And four guys converged that time on Jordan Scott as he was taken down. He's a little slow getting up this time. You'll see Scott come back. It's just a simple quarterback draw. Look at the hole. Scott straight up the middle. Scott makes a spin move right there, gets away, and now he looks for daylight, and finally he sees 3 big blue jerseys coming at him, and he ducks under those very quickly.
Great to have you along. Channel 33, WITF, back in the mid-state area, central Pennsylvania. Bishop McDevitt making their first ever appearance in the state final in AA. Fort Chapman told us before he's carrying the banner for the entire Harrisburg area, especially his conference, which he gives so much credit for preparing his team for this run. Nelson couldn't hang on, picks it up, ball still loose. I think Burrell's got this one at the 35. There's a mad scramble for it. Nelson dropped it once, picked it up, couldn't hang on to it. I mean, it's like handling a brick, a cold brick. Even though the sun is out, it's still a lot colder than it looks on your screen.
Well, you can see Nelson never, ever had the handle. He tries to get it again. He looks up, loses it again. It's actually knocked away, and now on the mad scramble, and it looks like a scrum, and the scrum goes to Burrell on this particular possession. Second straight series where Burrell has recovered a fumble. This time, it was a fumble on which a guy that usually has sure hands never, ever had the handle.
Jason Carpenter was on the recovery.
Get that one off. Here we go.
You can look at it here again, and very hard to see exactly who gets it because everyone just descends on the football. Like I said, if you don't have a lot of friends, grab the football, especially in an open field like that in the fumble, and you'll make a lot of friends in a hurry. Or you get a chance at least to meet a lot of people.
7:25 left. 22-0. Bishop McDevitt. Burrell will take over again. Tom Rizak. He is a 5'9" sophomore. He came into this game on some pretty trying conditions. Jeff DeVore with it. And he is burrowed under that time by Kenny Burrell.
Jeff DeVore trying to come around the near side. Kenny Burrell, a 5'9", 180-pound senior, just basically submarined it. A little bit of extracurricular activity after the play, but referees do a nice job of getting the two to patch it up. You'll see him coming around. Look at the submarine job there by Kenny Burrell. Again, the pitch back. You see DeVore, who's stepping in there for John Horwat, trying to come near side, and a good tackle in the open field. Kenny Burrell one more time, the 5'9" senior out of Bishop McDevitt.
Well, Burrell has not really had much to do on the offensive side today. It's because of the way McDevitt has just controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides. Bad exchange, ball is loose. Don Painter trying to recover. I think Burrell got it back. We'll see who's on the recovery.
Covered up there by Don Painter, as you said, and I think he recovered his own ball there. As Rizak comes back, he tries to hand off, and now a little bit of a mix-up, and Rizak's going to jump right back on top of it. Rizak really hasn't made a mistake this afternoon. The problem is he really hasn't gotten any kind of sustained drive going for this team. And again, you might imagine that coming from a sophomore quarterback who really has not taken that many snaps during the course of the season.
Well, one of the keys is McDevitt feels they have the speed to match up one-on-one in the coverage area, so they've been able to really spring some linebackers on the blitz, throw a different look at them defensively because of their ability to shut off the vertical passing game. Rizak is back, looking. See what I mean? He's got nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Now he's under the gun, throws it away. On 3rd and 14, it'll be 4th and 14. Burrell will be forced to punt with 5:32 left.
So many times you come to a state championship and you see teams who are either real big or real fast. Watch this. Bishop McDevitt's both. And this is exactly what Tommy Henderson worried about this afternoon. This is a secondary stall right here, as you see Tom Rizak looking. Looks all over the field, nothing going there, and finally has to throw it away out of bounds to his near side. Great coverage back there by super speed in the secondary of Bishop McDevitt.
And great help out. Ooh, kind of a short hop. Kicks it away. Takes a hop right into Jordan Scott's hands to the 40. Scott dances across the 45 to the 48-yard line. A 9-yard return. And again, Bishop McDevitt, good field position. They control the game right now with 5:14 left. Gary will be down on the field afterward. We'll give you a taste of what this gold medal ceremony is all about. For our audience on Channel 33, WITF back in the Harrisburg area.
You can see Jordan Scott running it back upfield here one more time. As we are 5 minutes and 5 seconds away, if you're a Bishop McDevitt fan, from winning the first gold medal in the school's history.
Jacoby Pittman is into the game now at a wide receiver spot along with Brian Rohasek. Back goes Scott. Scott looking, now flushed out. He's really under the gun. Kurdick chasing him. Now Scott throws it downfield as a man. McKenzie dances out of bounds at the 35. Make it the 33-yard line. A big pickup there. Dave McKenzie, the 6'4" senior, and a McDevitt first down and a big gainer of 19.
Football is a game of poise, and none do it better than this young man has this afternoon, Jordan Scott, as he continues to look. Instead of just throwing it away, as many quarterbacks might do, he continues to look for an opportunity and finally finds it in the form of one young man named Mr. Dave McKenzie. Nice little looping pass. McKenzie picks it up, keeps his foot in bounds, and gets another pickup, another first down from Bishop McDevitt.
Devitt with a 22-0 lead. Rakai Nelson going in motion, and again they've got single coverage out. We'll wag a look. Now it's a fake handoff going off to Spencer Waters, trying to get to the outside and may have lost a yard. Great coverage there. Again, Bill Ream, who's been all over the football field. Matt Pega as well.
Matt Pega really finished him off. It was the whole defense, though, traveling laterally and very quickly for Burrell that forced the play out of bounds. That's a play that worked pretty well in the first half for about 8 yards. This time gets nothing. You see it again there. Just push to the outside. Good lateral pursuit by the defensive line of Burrell.
Spencer Waters holding his hip as he goes off. Well, you got a linebacker on Nelson now to the short side of the field as McDevitt comes back to live action. Scott is really under the gun. Now throws up for grabs. Maybe not have thrown that. It was about quadruple coverage there.
That was one of those decisions right there that Jordan Scott made that I know Ford Chapman just took a big, deep breath over there, because that ball was up for grabs, and there were more blue uniforms that had a better chance of getting that than there were white uniforms. But fortunately for Jordan Scott, it's still a ball that's in his hands as they set up third down and 11 yards to go.
3 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the ball game. Looking like a double handoff. Oh, Nelson back to Scott. Scott shakes free. Now loads long as a man. McKenzie, and he can't hang on. He just missed him in the end zone.
Well, that's what you call a little bit of French pastry there.
How many handoffs were there? 3?
You had 3 different handoffs that time. Let's take a look at this. Once. Now twice. Now, just in case you thought that was like the old weave in basketball right there, as Jordan Scott steps to the outside, breaks away from the tackler. He has got a man wide open in the end zone, and it's Dave McKenzie. And McKenzie with the outstretched hands, oh, ever so close, but right through the palms. And a great effort there by Scott and McKenzie, but to no avail.
You know how that play sounds in the huddle? You go by the car, I'll go by the tree, you hand it off to me here, and I'll throw it there. That was in the sand big time, and it worked. He was open. Just an inch or two closer, and he brings it home. Scott rolling on 4th and 11. Now he's going to load long as a man. It's McKenzie. Touchdown! Bishop McDevitt. 34 yards. Scott.